What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome to Beast Evolved. One of the most bizarre hero collectors I've ever played on mobile, and I think that's saying quite a lot considering how many of these games I play. So, what is Beast Evolved? Now, first things first, the soundtrack is probably one of the best soundtracks I've heard on any hero collector. Usually the soundtrack is pretty much non-existent, but in this game there's a different kind of soundtrack for a lot of the different modes that you play in this game, so that's a plus for sure. And of course, the art style. The art style uses a kind of like a shadow theme, which I think really works in this game. And the stronger you get, the more color your character gets. So as you can see, these characters up in the front are all just black and white, but then my character here in the back has a splash of blue on her, which I really appreciate. This game also has an evolution tree, which you don't see in a lot of these hero collectors. So as you level up, you evolve and you look different. So we've seen that before, but then you also have an evolution tree split off here. So once you get to this point, you can go to two different parts of the tree, and your character is very different depending on which side of the tree you go to. And based off of what I've seen so far, every monster that I've unlocked has a different style of evolution that they can go to. So as you can see here, this is the way he looks, but once I'm ready to evolve again, he will look like this and have different skills, or he can look like this and have different skills. And all of the characters that I've seen so far have that type of choice to make once you hit a certain part of the evolution tree. So that is actually pretty cool. Even a character that looks as basic as this one actually has a full evolution tree. So definitely a pretty cool feature there. One other thing, this server that I'm on, the name of the server is called Bornhub, which is pretty close to Pornhub, I think. And this game has some really low-key sexual kind of innuendos here. Let me show you one really quick. So this is called the Love Shack. This is where you summon things. Like typically in hero collectors, it's just like a summon portal. You click it and your things come out of it. It's pretty straightforward. But this game has a Love Shack. So these two characters basically have sex and they create items for you. Yeah, there you go. And they gave me some meat, which I don't know if I really want. But that's the summon. That's the summon portal that you see in most hero collectors. It's called the Love Shack in this game, so pretty interesting there. Let's jump into combat here so I can show you more about this really bizarre game. So this is the campaign screen here. It looks really kind of crazy at first glance, but it's pretty straightforward. It's just like a lot of the hero collectors where you run through the stages and you unlock more and more stages as you go along. So it's not anything new, it's just presented a little differently here. So let's go to a stage, and you can see which stages that you need to defeat based off of these little swords that are on the stage. So let's jump into combat. It's gonna be super crazy, and I'm gonna have a hard time explaining it, but the combat is weird. So there's tanks, there's supports, there's heals, there's DPS, there's range DPS. There's certain characters that knock you back, certain characters that are resistant to knockback. So you really wanna build a team of tanks and knockbackers and DPS and heals, and it's just crazy. And I haven't played the game enough to really understand all of the details of the combat, but I've seen a game do this combat before, but I cannot for the life of me think of the other mobile game that has combat that's very similar to this one, unfortunately. So hopefully someone in the comment section can help you out with that. But I have seen this combat before. In addition to your characters bobbing around and pushing people around and killing each other, you also have 3 summons here at the bottom of your screen. I have one that does heals, this one right here in the middle does DPS, and this one right here in the end is a reflection shield, or damage reflection shield. And there's 2 more that I haven't unlocked as well. So that's combat. Like I said, I'm so new to the game, I don't really understand all the intricacies of the combat, but that's the gist of it. Like I said, you want to build a balanced team of tanks, people that can knock back, people that can heal you, people that can do DPS from a distance, people that can DPS the back line, because sometimes you want to hit a healer in the back. I mean, it's all kinds of different things here. And then of course the knockbacks are super important, because if you can knock back the tanks far enough, you can start killing their DPS way before the tanks die. So there is a bit of strategy involved in the combat. I'm not going to pretend like I understand all of it, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what to expect. So this is the campaign screen here. There's a screen here called World Event that houses a ton of other things to do here. It looks super overwhelming, but it really isn't. Most players are not going to have enough stamina to do all of these stages every single day. So what you want to do is kind of go and say, okay, today I want to get a bunch of evolution spores so I can evolve my characters. Or tomorrow, maybe I want to get a bunch of these gilfs here that give my characters plus damage, and I only want to concentrate on that. You're not, like I said, you're just really not going to have enough stamina to get everything. So this is where you're really going to have to zero in on what you're trying to accomplish with your team and go from there. Also, there's different difficulty levels as well. And as you go up the difficulty level, you get more bang for your buck for your stamina. So that's that. So let's go back out. There's also a dispatch screen here, which we've seen before in other games. You send your monsters out on a little mission. They can come back in 10 hours. And when they come back, they'll have loot and gilfs and fragments and things like that. That's amazing, by the way. This art style is just so crazy. So that's that. There's also some arena PvP. This particular PvP is not live, but believe it or not, this game does have live PvP during a certain time window. So there's about a 2-hour time window every single day that you can actually do live PvP. So you can switch between just doing the basic AI PvP or go against somebody live. I don't know how that's going to make that big of a difference. I guess, you know, the summons will be a little bit more strategic, but that's that. Then, of course, like I said, here's Arena. You have a limited amount of attempts per day. You run up the ladder. Once the season's over, you get rewards. You've definitely seen things like that before. So that's this crazy screen right here. It's the campaign. It's the events to get different materials to upgrade your characters. There's a dispatch screen here. And then there is, if you run out of stamina or if you're starting to run low on stamina, there's this thing called Lust, which is only 1 stamina. It only costs 1 stamina, and there's lots of rewards for it. So you can actually play this game for a pretty long amount of time. It's not one of those games where you're gonna run out of your stamina really quick and have nothing to do. There's quite a bit if you really want to, right? You can ignore these Lust stages and only focus on other stages, but it really depends on you. It depends on how much time you have in the day. So that's that. You die. Let's get out of here. Like I said, this game follows a lot of the normal hero collector tropes, but it's just presented in such a different way. Like Lust, like what does Lust mean? They're basically bonus stages, but they're called Lust, right? It's just very weird. Everything in this game is weird. Like, what the heck is this thing? What the heck is that? I don't know what it is. Let's go back to the Love Shack. I got more things to open up here. You guys get it on, get me something good. Aw, yeah. Aw, yeah, there's some kimchi. Some kimchi came out of there. What else do we have here? We have the Wild, which are some bonus events as well. So you have basically an endless tower mode here. You run up this tower, get as high as you possibly can. And yeah, that's pretty straightforward. We've seen things like that before. You have 10 attempts per day, and then you can use gems to get more attempts if you like. Door to Pleasures. Once again, look at the names of these things. The core, I let that slide. Door to Pleasures, Bushes Abound, Escapades, Pillar of Infinity, I'll let that slide. But everything in this game is so weird. This mode right here is basically a very interesting style of endless tower. So basically you try to go up the tower as far as you possibly can, and at different intervals of this tower, you will be given different rewards to help you. So you can ask for more attack or more defense, or you can ask for another monster. Here's a better way of doing it. So I can bring a +2 to my whacker, which is an ability to whack. It's just crazy. I'm not even gonna attempt to try to explain all of the different terms of this game because I don't even really understand them. So let's throw a heal here really quick. All right, down you go. Oh man, there's more. The more you use your summons, the more they cost as well. So now my heal summon will cost me 3, as opposed to, oh man, am I stuck in this? I am stuck in this. I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be here. I wanted to show more of the game. Can I get out? Surrender, thank you, there we go. So that keeps on going. The higher you get, the harder it gets. But like I said, at select intervals, you get little bonuses to make your characters a little stronger. This one's called Bushes Abound, which is very similar. This is kind of a survival mode. You go as far as you possibly can, but once someone dies, they die for good. Escapades is this kind of weird boss fight mode where you get special bonuses for bringing very specific characters to this mode. And then the Pillars of Infinity is what I told you about earlier. This is the live PvP mode that's only available between those two hours there. Oh my goodness, this game is so weird. I'm not even gonna attempt to show you these other things because this game is just all over the place. You have this thing called a fossil that you unlock and dig, and you get special passive bonuses for your team. That's weird. What else do we have here? Shop is pretty straightforward. In this game, it's called Tribes for your guild. I haven't been able to join one because nobody wants to let me in for whatever reason. There's tons of, this game is super active as you see. All of the guilds are pretty much full, but nobody will freaking let me join their freaking tribe. For the last 3 days, I've just been clicking apply to everything and nobody will let me in, those scumbags. All right, so what else do we have here? Astra is the name of the summons there. This is nothing too much here. You can rank them up and make them even more powerful. Did you see that? Did you see that? Byakko is an avid MOBA player and hits like a pro in Heroes Evolved. I guess the developers of Hero Evolved made this game. Are you serious? I did not even know that was there. So yeah, so that's that. Let's go back out here. I'm sorry. What else do we have? Monsters, I've already showed you this. Yeah, nothing else really to show here. Here's the guild system that I was telling you about before. Pretty straightforward. You've seen these in other games here. Evolution we've already talked about. Skins, I don't have any. That does it. This is Beast Evolved, one crazy hero collector. This guy up here in the front, he's the guy that gives you your daily quest. You thought he was on my team? Nope, he's not on my team. He's just my quest guy and my achievement guy. So that's that. Yeah, I have nothing else to say about this game. You can definitely check it out. This game came out just this week on the Android store. I assume it's also on iOS, so give it a try if you like. Once again, my name is FG3000. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Later.